Hey YouTube, I gotta make this sort of quick because my battery is just sort of dying on my phone here. But I wanted to show you what I got finally. Um, yeah, it looks pretty beat up, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not building an airplane, so it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. I got it for a fairly good price, and it's a CDI, right? So, CDI torque. So if you look close enough, it'll say it's a Snap-on company. So that's why I bought it. Snap-on's noted for being a very good, reliable company, and they make products that are used in fairly precise fields. So here it is. This torque wrench does 10 to 100 pounds per foot. Not sure exactly what that means, but that's what it does. I've never used a torque wrench before, oddly enough. In all my years of wrenching, this will be a first. So this guy was nice enough to give me, whether he meant to or not, this is a 3/8 drive, but he gave me an adapter to go from 3/8 to, dropped my phone, 3/8 to 1/2 inch. So that's actually really handy. That's a good guy right there. Whether he meant to or not, that's another question. But I appreciate it, man. I really do. Let me flip this thing. All right. Here's the spec sheet. This thing came out in this. Look at this. 2010. This thing's probably older than some of the people that are watching this video. But yeah, you're supposed to send them back to the factory or a service center after, what did it say? It was something ridiculous, man. It was like 6 months or something like that. Like nobody's gonna calibration, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. 6 months or 5,000 cycles, right? So who's gonna do that unless you're building a freaking, Tesla rocket or something? Anyways, this is it. We're gonna have to use it right here very soon. Let me show you what the plan is before we get into it. Camshaft sprockets have to go back on. That's these bad boys. They got to be tightened down to 69, right? 69 pound per foot for each of them. It's very weird. Honda has a weird system. I guess it's because they probably use metric, but 181 is what we need for the crank bolt pulley, which seems like a high number, right? That's a lot. So yeah, sprocket, gear down here. One thing I want to say about the gear, I have to key it. The key's right here. The key's going to go in. Make sure when you do this, if you're doing this, make sure the key goes in the way it came out. In mine, which is probably in yours too, the flat bit, the flat end sticks out, and like the tapered end, at least in my case, what I think it does, there's a tapered bit on the end of that where that key slides in, that keyway. So it kind of fits. That keyway slides right in on top of that taper. And I think that's what that's for. But anyways, I got to actually put the gear on and make sure it's tight. You guys know how to do that. I'm not going to film it. It's simple, fairly simple. If I run into some kind of weird problem, maybe I'll film it. But otherwise, we'll see you when it's done, huh? Man, I jinxed myself. I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, so the key here is back all the way. I can feel it if I slide the gear forward. I can actually feel the key resting on the back, the slot that it's supposed to be. And you can, if you look up above, you can see down in too. And if you have a light, and you can see that the keys far back. It's as far back as it can go. The gear, on the other hand, not quite. It's close, but it's not quite there. And I'm afraid of pushing it on there, you know, uneven and not being able to get it back off. So I'm kind of at an impasse here. It's got to go on, and it's got to go on evenly. And if I fuck it up, I won't be able to get this thing back off easily. So I don't know, guys. I'm thinking, let me think. I'll let you know. All right. The solution to my problem, because what I'm going to use is my crank seal press. We're going to use it on our gear. We just need a longer bolt. So what I'm going to do is go to my work and find a bolt that is going to be 4 inches long minimum. That's about what I need to get into the threads. It's got to be the same threads as this one. To get into the threads on that crank pulley or crank shaft. So we do that, and we'll use it as a press to press that gear on the rest of the way. We'll just have to counter hold it so that it doesn't knock me off top dead center. I gotta adjust that one anyway. It slowly meandered its way off a TDC. I gotta bring it back. If it goes any further, I'm gonna have to do a full rotation instead of bring it back, I guess, because of some reason or another. So we don't want that. Yeah, we'll get this taken care of. This kind of work, it's like you need the right tools, you need the right parts, or it's not going to work. You got to be patient. So that's what I'm doing. Once we get the right bolt in there, in this thing, we'll press it on the rest of the way. It's only got to go in half an inch. But if it goes in crooked, that's not good for me. All right, we'll catch you on the flip side. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. It helps with the freaking algorithm. That's all. I had the gear on seated about as far back as it'll go unless I either pound it on or press it on. And I was afraid of trying to like tap it on because it might not go on evenly around, So I thought maybe we could try using the seal press. Now, that will work, but the crank bolt isn't long enough to thread in if we do that. So I went ahead and got a different bolt. This is a longer bolt, and I think it will work with our seal press. See, now it'll absolutely thread on and press us on nice and even. So the only thing left to do, since I've been out of the garage for a little bit, is make sure my keyway and my gear are seated on there as smoothly as possible and as close back as I can get it without, doing anything else. Then once I have it on there, back nice, and the keyway looks good, I'll go ahead and put the press on and we'll press it the rest of the way back. Now, I don't think that this thing goes all the way back because then it's going to rub against the back of the timing, the back timing cover. But it's got to get pretty darn close as far as I know. So that's what we're going to do. And then when we get that done, we've got sprockets to put on up top, the cam sprockets. And I got a torque wrench so that we can make sure we got those torqued down nice and tight. Yeah, we're getting there, guys. And of course, obviously, we got to make sure everything stays in time. That's the most important thing. All right, mission accomplished. We had to add some washers to it, but we used our seal press. We pressed our sprocket in, or our gear in. It is now fully seated. See if I can get out of the way here. It is now at TDC and fully seated, more or less. Enough for our purposes. We're ready to put the sprockets on and then the timing belt. We'll be done with this job pretty soon, guys. Thank God.